A VPN is software that allows you to browse or share data on the internet without people being able to hack it. Many people use it to share passwords, documents, etc., so they don't get their identities and stuff stolen. A lot of pop culture fans use it because they can watch movies on streaming services from countries they don't live in. NordVPN, which includes fast servers, cybersec suite acting as ad blocker, up to 6 simultaneous connections, and 24/7 customer support. We all know that NordVPN protects your data, makes you anonymous while browsing the internet, and offers super fast connections. Furthermore, if you have questions or concerns about the service, NordVPN provides around the clock customer service and even provides a 30-day money back guarantee to ensure satisfaction.
What'd you say?
NordVPN has an extension for Chrome browsers, which is user-friendly from the first click. NordVPN provides unlimited bandwidth and an automatic kill switch. Browse the web in private because NordVPN prevents data logging. Get 68% off NordVPN. Only $3.71 per month. Plus, you'd get an additional month free at nordvpn.com/rad or use coupon RAD
But what if I have a computer from 1983?
I don't know, man.
They don't need to track your dreams, is what I'm saying, because your dreams are just the profits of your thoughts. But they can predict the profits. They understand where you're going before you get there, so they don't need to track they know your dreams before you even dream them, because they're the ones. Your dreams are based off of your life, and they're controlling your life, my friend. They just know your dreams.
It's true, man. I've been having a lot of ads in my dreams. That's been happening lately, where I'll be dreaming about like I had a dream the other day where my grandmother came to visit, and there was kind of a dinner party, and then all of a sudden she goes, hey guys, have you ever had trouble keeping track of all your email? And everybody at the dinner party went, what? And then she went, well, with MailChimp, all your email is handled by a monkey.
By the way, you are listening to the Rad Dudecast. Thanks for joining in. We are midway through a conversation. Greg watched The Social Dilemma. He's got some fantastic advice, insights. We're getting right into it. You caught us midway through a hot conversation.
Yeah, I think Mike had the beginning recording.
And
right?
Is there a recording?
He's always recording. Mike is like the people you're railing against.
Yes.
Mike is always recording us.
Yes, Mike is the number one person I've been trying to block from following me.
But does that stuff go on the episode?
What? Yes.
Oh my
Pre
God.
stuff. He just hits record.
God. We gotta add a tier.
Well,
we added a tier.
We have
a pre-song tier.
I don't mind another tier, Brendan. We have the $20 raw ad tier, which Mike gave a preview of everyone for free in the last episode, which was nice. But going forward, that's $20 if you want the raw ad tier.
Yeah,
and then Brendan brings up a great point about the pre-song tier, which for $35.
Yes, is mostly us saying who's ready, whose idea is it. Here's what we got to do, and then blasting into a conversation about nonsense.
Yeah, Greg usually gets going, and then he gets going with such momentum that we have to start because we can't lose any of where he was headed. Then the song kicks in, and then Greg forgets.
I don't forget. It drains the energy because I'm flying, and then you guys go hit the music, and then I gotta wait, and then Brendan will come in and go, "Hey, welcome to the podcast." I go, "What were you talking about, Greg?" And I go, "That was 30 minutes ago." It was 30 minutes ago.
God forbid.
I'm not mad at you.
In the name of our podcast,
they clicked on the link.
I know
this isn't one of these things where they're scrolling through channels and they just, what did I stumble upon?
You know, it seems to be a thing people do. A first-time listener, maybe. You know,
First time listener.
I'll consider not doing it going forward. I didn't
No.
know I was. I
You
tried
got it.
to- I waited for a break. I
You
waited.
did no one's mad.
You got to do it because we were told. Mike said to us we should do that from now on. I think.
Yeah.
And something about the Patreon. Sign up for our Patreon for from $5 to $15 to $35 a month, and it gets you all kinds of bonus content.
It'll make you so much
Patreon
happier in life. It'll make people happy.
It makes you so happy. You'll see rainbows where you never saw them before. Patreon.com/RadDudecast. And I think that's it. Maybe Mike will jump in if I missed anything.
That is it. Now, Greg, I've deliberately not been watching this documentary, and not
You need
for my
to.
normal reason. Not for, you know,
another-
you know,
Yeah, sure.
my standard documentary
Because he
reason
can't
is
afford Netflix.
I won't
Yo,
watch it. I won't watch a documentary that I already think I know everything about. This
Yes.
is not the case with The Social Dilemma. I won't watch The Social Dilemma because I've been paranoid for years about privacy and my phone fucking stealing everything from my life, and I don't want to know any more about it. I'm so scared.
No, you need to know what. First of all, yes, you already know the things they tell you, but it's the creators kind of telling you and then showing you the outcome of what happened. You don't need to watch it. I'm going to tell you everything that happens in the documentary right now. I'm going to do the full documentary in Greg's words.
Love a Greg wrap up. You don't need to see a thing.
You don't need to watch.
Gonna handle it for you.
It's everything you already know about pretty much what they're doing, but it's the people who created it telling you, yes, we're doing this, and we did it on purpose, but we can't put the genie in the box. And then it kind of ends with a little hope for me. It ended with hope for me because it's like, oh, this is why the world is fucked up. This is all we really need to fix, and we'll go back, and we can not go back, but we can move forward with life and people being nice to each other again. But that's not where I want to go. I mean, I have a point I want to get into. It's a 2-point system, if that's okay. And you guys jump in when you want.
That's all right, Mike. Fire up the 2-point system sound effects. Fuck, man,
Mike's never ready.
Start sending him stuff earlier. Hell yeah, man! There it is.
All right.
Okay.
That's
I wondered if you got the file, but you got it.
Now, this is how you know people have been mind manipulated by social media.
Damn,
if
man.
they lead with emotion. Yeah, if they're leading with emotion, with like, I'm angry, blah, blah, blah. Anger is the first sign that you've been manipulated because emotions are the first thing to trigger, right? So if someone comes in, they're like, fuck Trump, fuck Black Lives Matter, or they come in and they're like, fuck Trump lovers, fuck those people. Racism exists and lives every day within us. It's like, they've all been manipulated. Only the calm man should be listened to.
Let me ask you a
Activating
question.
emotions. That's what they use. They're called activating emotions.
I would like to,
Activating emotions.
I'd like to dive into this.
Woo, baby, hit the pool.
I would like to take a dive into
Anthony, you're
this.
getting a 2-episode. You're getting a 2-part. You're getting 2 episodes today because we're gonna get to your thing. Just a heads up.
Well, I might have to do 3 because I've written 2.
Greg, I think I'm picking up what you're laying down, but I will say you are a man that consistently leads with emotions, and I have a hard time believing you weren't like that prior to social media, right? So what
You need me. You need me to tell you because I live here. Because I live in emotion. I'm a man of emotions. I'm a man who's been corrupted since I was out of the birth. Everything everyone says to me brainwashes me. Everything anyone says to me, I immediately go, that sounds right. I do that now.
Greg is basically the Manchurian candidate.
Yeah. Every day it changes.
Just like, guys, we gotta kill the president. You don't even get it, man.
You need a guy missing 4 fingers to tell you how to operate the ham slicer. All right? Because that guy, he lost some fingers to a ham slicer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. Yes.
Stone cold, man.
Now, what I mean with emotions, now that's a little more to that, right? And this is like a very good point, right? If you see people who are like, they're all Black Lives Matter or they're all Trump, right? Their feeds are pushing their emotions. I'm not saying those things don't exist. They do exist, but they compound so much because they know you like that, so they just start jamming it to you. How do I know that? How do I see that? Because for the past, I'm not kidding, 3 or 4 years since Facebook's been out, I've been the horniest I've ever been in my life. And so what it came to show
You mean
me,
Instagram, right?
yes.
You said
yes.
Facebook. Okay.
Instagram and then TikTok. all of this stuff has turned me into like a raging hornaholic, and it literally is because that's what I click on, and then it forces more. After this documentary, I was like, I almost smashed my phone. I was like, I deleted Facebook off. I only go on. I pick an hour during the day. I go 3:00 is your social media time. I sit down for social media at 3:00, and that's when I do it. And that's what I'll be doing going forward. And I have masturbated in the past 3 days. Take a guess, over and under, how much I masturbated in the past 3 days.
7.
I think you've done well. I'd say 3.
3 days, twice.
Whoa.
That's great.
Wow, man.
And I wasn't even like saying I'm going to stop masturbating. I just went to bed last night and I had a rock hard boner and I was like, what's going on here? And then I was like, oh, you haven't really been masturbating when you wake up, when you go to bed middle of the day in the bathroom. You haven't been doing that. And it's because, and I believe, and this is all hearsay with me to myself, it's
personal hearsay.
This is between me and me. Yeah.
This is me check
That is absolutely insane as a comment. I don't know. I say some things to myself sometimes where I go, I don't know how much I trust that guy. So we'll see.
That's what I'm saying. I'm fact checking me with me. I go, hey, what do you think of that? I go, it checks out to me. All right. So that's who did this. But the reality of what is happening is because, and I believe this is because the dopamine of the Twitter, the dopamine drops of Instagram, the dopamine drops of Facebook, when I get off them, I need the drop. So I go from social media to masturbating. And so now that I kind of reduced the social media, I don't think my brain is looking for as much dopamine, which is then not asking. So it turns out maybe I'm not a sexual man. I'm a dopamine addict. I'm a drip addict, man. I'm dripping. I'm living off the drip.
Well,
I'm as a dripaholic.
Two things, two-parter. Mike, hit that two-parter.
No, I still gotta get my other part.
That's true.
Oh,
Greg,
never mind. Oh,
just so you know, I mean, we can comment on what has been said.
Okay,
but I got to get to my second part.
Comment
now,
on what you've been.
Now, Mike has had quite a while to get to the second part noise. Let's just say that. All right, Greg, you ready with that second part?
Well, if Brendan wants to comment on the first part, we're doing first part roundup.
Brendan's first part. Now, this is Brendan's first part. Mike, hit him with that first part noise. There it is.
There it is.
He's got the machine cooking now.
I will say, both me and Greg for a while.
Greg and I'm a big grammar guy now that I'm off social media.
I hate grammar, guys. I have a joke about it, and I even know the correct grammar. I speak in the way that
I liked you better when you were jacking off all the time.
Yeah. But we both fell down that hole of Instagram butt models, and they just jam it down your throat. They say
both. I'd like to add someone else in the mix there.
Yeah,
his name's Big Daddy Anthony.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I might be the king in the game, man.
I mean, you stop seeing your friends. They don't show you anything but butt models. You stop everything. You have to totally rejigger your account. But
you have to rejigger the account.
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna have to delete that word.
But it just seems like Brendan is in his phone with a screwdriver, being like, I gotta change Instagram. He's tweaking it in his new garage in Cleveland.
No, I literally had to search for my friends and like a bunch of stand-up posts to get it back, the algorithm back to showing me people I know and not like Sandra 69.
I know her.
Yeah, she's good. But I just joined TikTok a week ago to upload stand-up clips because I know some friends that have been having success with it, and I just made a little video right before the taping of this podcast, and it's kind of funny, but also kind of serious. It was my first non-stand-up clip I put on there. Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, guys, I just joined TikTok. Can anyone tell me how to get out of the children twerking section?
I can. I was there.
Because that is all there is on there, and it's not right. You just scroll down, and it's like, what the fuck is this? It's literally a high school girl twerking. I'm not seeing that. What is that?
Yeah, once you click on TikTok is the king of knowing what you like and then jamming you with infinite amount of that. So
Man.
you like one booty, it's gonna be like your whole world. Dude, I said this is clearly TikTok knows what's happening. So I went, I'm just gonna watch some raccoon videos. I watched 3 raccoon videos, and now my entire TikTok feed. I didn't know this many people owned raccoons. Like there are just people in them, just it's all raccoons now, and then an ass comes in, and I go, and what I do is I just do an even scroll, so I just look at it as it's going up, and I try not to spend time on it, because even if
Ah.
you look at it longer, it knows you like it, and it fucking throws you more.
Well, see, that's the thing. This is what's frustrating to me, though, is I'm open to being in the TikTok ass game, but I want them to be adults.
Yeah, I'll send you a
there's
few.
no there's no demarcation between that, and it's like, what are you guys doing? This is I know it's a Chinese company. I know that's a lawless land, but this is good. They've gone too far.
But it's not just that. It's not just that it's a Chinese company. Let me tell you why you want to get out of the TikTok booty game. And this is real, man, because look, this is gonna be funny, but it's very serious. I was so horny, and I think we all are, but I'm telling you that like so horny all of the time that my brain was changing. Dude, I saw this. I texted Anthony about this. I saw a girl at the park who had this ass that was from, I don't know where it was from, heaven, Nirvana, Valhalla, one of those places. And I just sat down and from a distance stared. And then I went, what has happened to you? And it's because when you're looking at all these butts all of the time, your brain goes, no, we look at that now. No, that's what we do. And I'm like, this is real life. You can't do that. And I had to pull the plug on TikTok because it's rewiring me to become a maniac. And I'm like, I don't want to live like this anymore. I swear to God, you become a butt guy and it will fuck your life. It fucks your life up.
Oh,
It
yeah.
rewires
No,
you.
it's crazy. Now, I would say, you said, I think all three of us, I do think if you were going to do a rad dude cast, insatiable horniness ranking, I think you're far and away the horniest.
Oh
Greg.
yeah, man.
And then I think it goes me, then Anthony. Anthony seems to control his horniness very well.
He
I
seems to hide it very well, which we would
Yeah.
all agree.
Yeah, you are off the charts.
No,
I think if we examined your T levels or something like that, you've got some sort of male primal.
Yeah.
You've got some primal sex
Watch.
urge.
But let me ask you a question. To exactly what you're saying. Of the three of us, who's on social media the most?
you.
I think it goes without a doubt that I'm on social media more than everyone. I'm also the horniest.
Oh, you
It-
were saying right. I
goes
think
hand in hand.
right. Yeah, I think you're both saying the same thing in
We
terms
are.
of like, it was probably those rankings before social media, but social media, the amount that you're on it definitely accelerated things for you more. Like you were already working with a base, and then
Right.
social media came along and sculpted that base.
Yeah, I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing. I think it's true. I think I am probably the horniest of us. I am a sexual man, but I also think that also goes hand in hand with the fact that I'm on social media more than all of us.
Right.
I think so.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off, but I also don't want it out there that I am not horny.
I
I'm
know.
also
We know.
very
You're one of
horny.
the
I'm very horny. I can't match Greg's kind of superior levels. Now, Greg,
We're 3 men in the NBA of horniness,
yeah,
but I'm the LeBron James.
yeah,
But you're all
LeBron
pros.
James.
We're all
you're
pros. If
And
you want
yeah.
proof, look at the Rad Dudecast Instagram. Who the Rad Dudecast Instagram page is following, and enjoy the ride, my
Well,
friend.
to be fair, I just kind of followed everybody. So we'll get a wide swath
Every
of people. But
Capital BODY.
yeah, if you ever get a handle on our save folder, that's like a trip to Brazil. That's like being at the parade, man.
Yeah.
I can't account for that. Yeah, no, that is a lockbox there, I would say. But yeah, no, my levels are a lot less, and that's the level I'm at to give you an idea of where the rest of these two buffoons are.
Now, I would like to ask you a question about the documentary, Greg, but do you want to get to your second point first, or can I ask the question first?
We get to the second point because we can get to the documentary question because the second point I think a lot of us are going to have a lot of comments on.
Okay. My question is this: do they admit? Because for years, Apple has denied this, and I've seen and experienced proof after proof after proof that they're lying. Do they admit in the documentary that our phones listen to us?
No, see, that's the great scam, and that's exactly what I was saying about our dreams. They're not listening to us.
They are. They
No.
are, man. I have proof.
No, let me.
We've got to
I'll
hear
let
out
you-
proof.
I'll
We
let
got to
you
hear
answer.
out proof, Greg.
I'll tell
Can't
you.
No, the
become
answer- the
a
answer comes
podcast
first.
that
The
doesn't
answer
hear
comes
out
first.
proof.
So the reality is they don't need to listen to you. Okay, they're tracking every single thing you do. Okay, so when you go on any website, like the level of them tracking what we're doing is insane. Like if you're on Instagram, if you look at a picture for more than a second, it knows how long you're looking at every picture. So if you look at a backyard set or a nice backyard for a second, right? It goes, he's looking at this backyard picture. Send him an ad for backyard furniture, right? So the thing that makes you, they're faster than you. They're, before you even thought about saying the thing out loud, they know what you're thinking about. They don't need to listen. And it's like, that's how fucking deep and crazy the amount of tracking they're doing on you is, on all of us. When I went on, because I've been using this DuckDuckGo app, which I gotta say, you gotta check it out. It tells you who's tracking you, right? So I'm on DuckDuckGo, which is a search engine, and it says when I went to like a toy company thing, and it said Facebook was trying to track you here, but we denied that. So it's like, oh, when I'm not even on the app, they're in the mix knowing what I'm doing.
Mhm.
It's
And
it's fucking crazy.
And we all agree to that because there's, when you sign up for any of these apps, there's a 50 to 100 page, terms of use agreement, and it's like, who the fuck reads that?
And they
it's
know I
all-
don't read anything.
But now I
had
really,
I thought before, but then Brendan, we're coming in strong with your whatever this is. I wonder if the mafia doesn't care, because they're just like, man, we're so
Really?
used to our phones and everything being bugged. Who gives a shit? We've been living this life for years.
The mob is really good. And they're like, yeah, we're fine. Yeah, we know how this goes. We don't ever talk. The mob was searching websites that they didn't care about years before they were tracked. It's like,
Right,
I
man.
always go to fucking, I always go to LaGuardia's website 3 times a day just to throw them off.
yeah. It's like you ain't on DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
Jesus.
well,
I've never walked
times.
directly to my house in 15 years. Like
yeah.
that's just how we live that's how they do their internet searches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brendan. Sorry, I,
Well,
I
just-
hadn't
on
spoken in a
that-
while. Wanted to
on-
give something out to the Anthony guys out there, but go
Yeah.
ahead, Brendan.
On that point, I don't care about tracking me for ads. That doesn't bother me. It's like, because I can say no to an ad. That's
Mhm.
and it's weird. It's I don't care about that really. What I care about is what they're doing that I don't know about. It's like, okay, what are you selling my data for? Like my location, all that shit. Like, I don't like that.
Let me tell you why you need to care about what they're doing, right? And it's not them doing it almost nefariously. It's just the way. I know. I learned a few words
Damn,
because
Greg.
I've been off social media. I'm reading.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say. Wow,
George
Greg.
Costanza.
In 2 days, Greg has become a better person.
You'd
Yeah.
be crazy how much you can get in when you're not masturbating 6 times a day. It's wild the things you can do. I whittled a wooden man from an old tree bark. So the big thing that they get into, which makes sense, and this is what's kind of crazy, is that we've always been worried about AI, where AI is going to take over, like it's going to be a machine that we're going to fight. AI has already taken over, and it's destroying us, not because it hates us, but it's the same thing that we've been talking about. I think I've talked about this for years, about AI takes over in the way that you say, hey, AI, I want you to make, the big example is, you're a machine that makes paper clips, right? And the AI will just make all the paper clips. And then it starts saying, okay, I'm out of paperclip materials. I'll burn this room apart and make those paper materials. Then it destroys the world trying to get paperclip materials to make paper clips. That's the whole idea of AI, is it's not going to hate you. It just has a job. And that's what the AI in these social media things has. They have a job, and the job is to keep you watching. And the way they keep you watching is by feeding you things you want and you like, right? And no matter how poisonous that is, right? So it's like you kind of like conspiracy theories. Here's fucking Pizzagate. And then and then that forms your own reality. And now we're all attacking each other because we have our own AI is taking over and it's destroying us because it's feeding the things that we want, which is then creating our own realities. And then when you have your own realities, there's no reason to get along anymore. And it's fucking wild.
Right. It creates echo chambers where that's why it's like, I mean, so many people have said it. You never see anyone get their mind changed on the internet. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing.
Not
Everyone's
true.
mind has been changed by the internet. Go ahead, Anthony.
That happens though.
Who?
What's her name? The girl who's Fred Phelps' daughter. She met her husband because he opened up dialogue with her on Twitter and changed actually her mind about the church, and now they're in a relationship. So married, I think.
Do you know what kind of probably happened?
That's
with
one person, right? Brendan. I'm just saying it's one person.
No, but what probably happened was he talked to her normally, which a lot of people don't, right? And then she probably started searching things. And then that searching thing started like, oh, she likes this now? Here's a million fucking things. Right? So my big call to arms with everyone is, and I've been saying this for years, and no one knows how to but I finally understand the thing I've been saying, right? I always say, like, if my mom can be brainwashed, my mom is a smart woman. How do I know I'm not brainwashed, right? So then you look and you go, well, what am I? My mom is emotional about this. She's furious about this. What am I furious about, right? And then you go, if I'm furious, that means that's a sign.
Zack Snyder.
What?
Zack Snyder.
No, but the anger is the first sign of something that may have been forced down your throat. So then you go, instead of going, all right, I'm like, all right, because people are furious at Trump. It's like, why? Because yes, Trump is bad. There is facts to all of this, but there's also facts to the things that some people are saying on the right. It's like Antifa isn't a big deal. But when you're forced a million Antifa things, you believe it's all. So then, well, look at some of these other things. Let me look at some of these shootings, right? And you go, people are being shot every day. And it's like, are they? Or is that the thing they know that emotionally gets me and I'm being force-fed that? So now I have to look into those things one by one and go, how bad is this really? And how bad is it just the internet showing me everything that it knows it will emotionally manipulate me? Not because it wants to manipulate me, just because it knows that's what I'll click on. Boom. Internet just got solved, bro. I got smarter in 3 days.
I mean, that's like, I think that's like, that goes to like, you always, and this is oversimplifying things, but like, you just always, and I think I've generally been pretty good about this, is like, and of course, I'm like everyone else. I've been manipulated by social media. A lot of times, it manipulates my emotions more than my beliefs. I
yes,
guess,
that's exactly what I'm saying. Sorry,
but
I'm very excited.
But in terms of like news that you garner from social media should not be considered a reliable outlet for news. You know what I mean? Like, do your duty. I don't care. I don't care if you're left. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're somewhere in the middle. Do your duty and find a source, a reputable source. If you see a Facebook post or like a link that's like a janky website, find a real source and say, what happened? What actually happened? Because there's so much misinformation in so many of these places that just gets like fucking fired around everywhere and repeated and dinged back and forth, and it becomes truth, and it's like, it's not truth. Like, go find a reputable source and look it up. Do your fucking, be an adult and figure things out, the truth of the world. I don't know exactly what.
No, you're making a lot of sense. I just see Anthony's lined up, so I'm ready for him to shoot.
Okay, Anthony, shoot, and then I got to come back to my proof, my Cuckoo theory that the phones listen.
No, I love that. And then after your Cuckoo theory, I've got Anthony's 3 big ideas about what we talked about.
Very excited.
But yeah, no. And Brendan, this comment is meant to just support yours. You already built a beautiful table. Let me put a couple dishes on it. That's all.
Let me look nice in the glasses, will you?
Yeah, I'll bet. Make it look presentable, man. Some people might want to buy this house.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom is the queen of that, and I hate calling her a queen, but that's what she is in this situation.
The queen of what? Sorry.
Of just outlandish, hot, wild thought, irreprehensible source.
Mhm.
She said to me the other day, I was, when I saw her, and she goes, "Do you want warm water or cool water?" And I said, "I'll take cool water." She goes, "Take warm water. It melts the virus." And I said, "Who told you that?" And she goes, "Speedboat magazine."
Dude, yes.
VPN is software that allows you to browse the internet anonymously and safely without getting your stuff taken. It's great. NordVPN includes fast servers, a security suite that acts as an ad blocker.
Wait, what is this ad blocker?
Yes, that's right. You can block ads. It's amazing. They've got up to 6 simultaneous connections.
Whoa, 6!
Yes, and
Better than 5!
Yeah, way better than 5. 1 better than 5, and 24/7 customer support. Look, we all know that NordVPN protects your data.
I did not know.
Well,
I did not know.
Well, now you know.
Don't assume.
They make you anonymous while browsing the internet, and they offer super fast connections. But did you also know this? Did you also know that you can unlock Netflix, Hulu, BBC, and many more of your favorite entertainment websites with NordVPN?
What
Did
you
know
saying?
that?
Did you mean that when I am in the country that is America, I can watch my French shows like Biscuit King and Cheese Boy? They do not show those in America. Those are only French shows.
Biscuit King and Cheese Boy can be yours with NordVPN. And best of all, NordVPN has a strict no logs policy. And they're not talking about the forest.
Do they have P2P sharing? Is this allowed?
Yes, that is allowed. The no logs policy means they never track, collect, or share your data, period. Your business is your business. So NordVPN, they also have an extension for Chrome browsers, which is user-friendly from the first click. NordVPN provides unlimited bandwidth and an automatic kill switch. Here's the thing, Creme Bouffe.
Yes, my name is Creme Bouffe. You will meet me on the next episode.
Get 68% off NordVPN.
I was going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I will only do this if there is a fun promo code and if I can get a percentage over 65. What do you say to this?
Well, you strike a hard bargain, but you know what? I'm going to give you 68% off NordVPN. That's only $3.71 a month. Plus, you get an additional month free at nordvpn.com/rad or use coupon code RAD, R-A-D. NordVPN, are you going to check it out?
I am going to check this out. Wait, can I do the whole thing in French? There's a thing to that, though. Yeah, I'm sorry, are you done?
Yes, I just wanted to make sure we're on track for Anthony's episode.
I
And
know,
we'll
very
go with
excited.
Brendan's Cuckoo theory. But
yeah,
if you wanted to throw something in before the Cuckoo theory, now's the time, Greg. You got 30 seconds.
it's just a tiny thing that I wanted to add to what I was saying before, which is that
Yeah.
so a lot of these things, to what Brendan's saying about these facts, is that like a lot of them are true. Like a lot of them not true, but there are a lot of things that have some truth to them, right? But if I say like let's just say a crazy thing of like all Honda Civics tires explode, right? And then you go, well, 1 out of 50,000 did, right? But then you have everyone on your timeline is going, fucking Honda Civics are blowing up. And like, yeah, 1 out of 50. Does not one of those people's lives matter? And then you just go, and then it's everyone screaming these things. It amplifies it. It gives steroids to all this shit that makes everyone fucking crazy. It's like a lot of these, because my mom is the opposite, Anthony, of yours, is that like my mom was like, it's hard for me to argue with my mom because she was so smart. She's a smart woman who has been manipulated, and she takes little right-wing things that are true and little things from the left that they are doing bad, and then just goes, this is why it's the most important thing, and this is why they're all bad, right? Like even like Biden being like, Biden being dumb or something. People just go like, they amplify that. It's like, he's not that fucking senile. What are we talking about? Like,
Right.
But it's like with 1 million people pushing it, you're going to it's going to put weight behind it. Sorry, I'm a very political person now. I'm very into the privacy and humanity
Well,
of
yeah,
internet.
and I mean, there's literally
Greg saves the world.
other than his age, which is concerning, obviously, but other than his age, there's literally no evidence of him being senile. You know, like he will be the oldest president by far, but you know, there's no evidence of him being senile, and in fact, there's much more evidence of Donald Trump having dementia. You know, people have analyzed his speech patterns and stuff
Mhm.
like that, but I mean, neither of those are those are my own, I guess, political biases. But I will get into, and this is, I've never been a big conspiracy guy because I just think it's very hard to keep a secret.
Mhm.
So, like, I kind of think for the most part, most big conspiracy theories, like, oh, the moon landing was fake. It's like someone would have, like, you just can't keep that a secret
Yeah.
for 70
Yeah.
years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone would have,
That's funny.
like, it would have been out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
man, the iPhones leak every time. You know what I mean? You're right, Brandon.
Yeah.
That's really funny, man.
yeah, I do think there was something to the Kennedy assassination involving the mafia, but I think that was just a level of, like, they didn't dig a level deeper. Like, I do think Lee Harvey Oswald killed him, but I
Yeah.
think the mafia was involved, but whatever. But I am a huge proponent of I think our iPhones listen to you. And there's three primary reasons that I think that. And I don't know if it's true or not. And Apple, of course, denies it.
Mhm.
The reasons are this. The first instance I had where I really suspected it, I Googled nothing. I
Mhm.
went to no website, nothing.
Mhm.
I was my mom had a little, this was years ago, she had a Nespresso coffee maker,
Mhm.
right? And I called whatever the fucking kitchen store is called. I can't remember the name of it. I
Bed Bath
called
and
them.
Beyond.
No, it was like a where they like a nicer kitchen shop. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I called them
I'll
up
think about it.
and I said, because I knew exactly what she needed for Christmas. I called them up and I asked if they have a rack for the Nespresso pods.
Mhm.
And the lady said Nespresso a couple times, and I said Nespresso another time. And within 10 minutes in my Instagram feed was an ad for Nespresso. Right. And I just don't believe that's a coincidence. And I hadn't Googled anything. I hadn't looked at any pictures, nothing. I just said it over the phone. My second point was, and this could have been faked. This could have been faked.
This could have been the moon landing.
This could have been the moon landing. There was a video that's since been taken down where a man put his Apple phone, his iPhone, it was on, but screen was off, you know, so whatever
Mhm.
you call sleeping, I guess.
Mhm.
He put it overnight. This guy was American. He put it overnight next to Telemundo while Telemundo was playing.
Mhm.
And in the morning, his ads were in Spanish.
Wow.
Well,
That's interesting.
Yeah.
let's test it, right? Let's come up with something completely random
Yeah,
that
we
we'll
should.
talk about now, and then something that I would never Google, something that none of us would ever Google, and we'll
Hmm.
continually talk about it in front of our phones and see if it gets it.
This
But
is
we need
wonderful.
something very random. Telemundo is great.
The way that flamingos mate.
Yes.
Flamingo mating habits.
Flamingo mating habits. I bet it's crazy.
Because that's not something they sell, though.
I know.
That's not
Let me put
really
my extra
ads.
on.
I think
Okay, socks for flamingos.
flamingo socks. Flamingo socks. I gotta get some flamingo socks.
Wait. See, here's my only worry. Flamingo socks is good, but there is still a connection with socks. It's something that none of us are near. What about like is anyone? No.
I'm always near a pregnant woman. If that's what you're gonna say, I'm always near a pregnant woman.
I know. No. I was thinking of something like what's something that a woman we don't know would have that's nowhere near us, right? Flamingo socks is good, but like it's very simple. Like what's a thing that people buy a lot of?
Sports bras.
Hair ties.
Sports bras?
Sports bras.
Sports
yeah,
bras.
sure. Sports
Sports
bras.
bras. Sports.
I gotta get my hand on
bras.
some sports bras.
I wish I knew about some sports bras.
Man, I could really go for some sports bras
My-
big time.
My mom needs a new sports bra.
Sports bras they're in now. They're all in. I need a
Right.
black one and someone that could fit my big old titties.
Yeah, I like to get a sports bra to prevent my lady's huge breasts from jiggling erotically while she jogs through the park.
Could I,
one of my mom's breasts dipped in the soup when we were eating the other day, so she needs a sports bra.
Well, mark down if we get a soup ad too.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna see some big old titties. 'Cause my phone already knows that.
Yeah, man, this is things we talk about all the time. By the way, we picked a subject that there's no way for us to know about that.
Well-
That's too close.
Real quick, I would like to give a rebuttal to Brendan's argument, though, about why they're listening. I think this test will be a definitive answer. And I'm not saying I'm 100% sure they're not listening. I just do think that if they were listening, it would be easier to say. I also think it would have gotten out. But let me give you the rebuttal of why I don't think they are. And they kind of get into a little bit of this in the documentary, but not to what you're saying. And this is just coming from a magician myself. As a magician, the way you do a trick is you want people to think I have one great trick.
Man, you just slipped that in. That you're a magician. I mean, my God. Just roll right into the next sentence. You called yourself a magician.
As a magician, as a man, I'm a hobbyist in the magic game. All right. I'm not a professional. I would never claim to be a professional, but I am a hobbyist. I do study the art.
Wow.
I just can't,
You can never get mad at someone else who does, 10 open mics and calls himself a comedian.
No,
After that.
because what did I do? I called myself a hobbyist. I'm a hobbyist
I'm
magician.
saying later on. Yes. Before that, you outright called yourself a magician as if it was fine.
Also, I don't even know you to be a hobbyist. When did this start?
Bro, pick a card.
He knows
Pick
some
a
tricks.
card.
He knows some tricks. Let's be fair.
Yeah, I'm nasty. Nasty on the cards.
You never get that out of a magician.
Yeah.
Like, this guy is nasty with the tricks.
Nasty.
This guy palms a coin, wicked nasty.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You put a 10 of diamonds anywhere.
So the way sleight of hand works is you're setting these people up way before they ever get the chance to even think about picking a card. Right? The trick is done before you're even in the mix. That's the thing.
It happened
right?
in childhood.
Yeah, like I'm forcing a card on you, I know what card you're gonna pick. So I had set that card, I put that card in 50 different places, knowing all of those options, right? So the Nespresso thing, the Nespresso thing is, I'm losing my train of thought a little, but it's like they knew way before you even got to that you were going to go that way. Like they knew the card was planted, and then you're like, no, but I was talking about this. It's like the Nespresso thing probably happened, and it wasn't just Instagram or Google. It's every app, right? There could have been a text in Messenger that was like, I love this kind of coffee, and it knew before you knew. It knew. It's sleight of hand.
Let me ask you this then, because that's also concerning.
Word
So I'm open to that idea, and I've never been fully sold on this because, like you said, like I said earlier, I just don't think that many people can keep a secret. So I feel like it would have leaked by now.
It's possible. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, it is possible, but what you just said concerns me also because there's very little difference to me between them hearing it or them seeing it in my texts. Like so you're saying they can take stuff from my texts and
not your I don't think your Apple texts. Okay. But what are you texting on? You could be doing it on Instagram, Facebook Messenger.
Right.
You could be on any of those things. Also, you could have some voice thing that you're doing in like some dictation app that you had no idea that is listening to those things. Like there's so many things that are tracking your shit that it's like it is worse. I would rather have them listening to my phone than everything else. Because with that, it's like it's less.
Yeah.
It's less. We're looking. They're controlling the programming, man. We're in the matrix, man.
Yeah.
Man, we don't know what we're doing, man.
Tweet at us. Tweet at us.
Tweet. I'm off Twitter, man. Call me.
Yeah.
Call Greg. Show up to Greg's house. That's the
call
only
Greg.
way.
But
The
tweet
safest
at us,
way.
at the Rad Dude Cast. If you have any evidence or experience with thinking your phone is listening to you, my final piece of evidence is pure hearsay. So, and this is not
Now, this is hearsay between Brendan and Brendan?
no,
Or
no.
who's this?
This was another guy. I knew a friend of a friend was an Apple engineer, a
Mhm.
low-level engineer, but he was in
Low level piece of shit
he was in-
engineer.
He was in
Fuck that
Cupertino,
guy.
and he told me that every single executive at Apple, every single higher level person at Apple has a custom phone case that is able to plug the microphone that they use so that the phone can't hear you.
So, but there
that's
are
hearsay. That's hearsay.
Sure, but that could be real in the fact that hackers may be able to hack a phone and then
Sure.
open your microphone and listen.
Right,
Like that
right.
shit. And they're dealing with such high level
You're right. yeah.
secrets that they're like, oh, we can't have any loopholes open, which is, it's all very possible. I'm also not saying they're not listening, but I'm just saying that the abilities they have are so vast that they wouldn't even need to listen.
Right.
And,
I
you know,
think I think there's something really to that knowing the card before I even guessed it, where it's like, who knows what I did in the weeks leading up to that, you know?
Right.
I wasn't tracking that. Like I could have been kind of formulating that thought for the gift for my mom without even knowing it.
I'm going to even say is you might not have even wanted to get your mom that. The idea was planted in your head about Nespresso weeks in advance. And then you said, well, it'd be a good idea. Oh, maybe Nespresso. You know, it's like they probably made you decide, bro. Maybe, I don't know. This is where it gets really heavy, but it's very possible.
They probably sent you a free, anyone get one of those free comfy pillows in the mail? Help you sleep more? That way you're more tired when you wake up. All of a sudden, what do you need? All of a sudden, that wasn't a free comfy pillow in the mail. That was Nespresso setting me up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What free pillow are you getting in the mail?
Tons of them.
Well, I always thought it was funny, like how outraged people were when they found out Facebook was selling data, you know, to what was that? The big company that they
Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah.
I always thought it was so funny because it's like, oh, you guys just thought this free app was worth hundreds of billions of dollars off an occasional sweatpants ad.
Yeah.
You thought that's how they were making their money?
Yeah, man. No, man. What do you think is more important? You're the most important. That was always my issue with that, is that I received no money for that agreement. Like man, you want to use my info is what's being sold here. That's my info. Let me see $1, Jack.
And they don't tell you. Look, man, let me tell you this 100%. If you get an ad for depression medication or depression things, you have depression. They know you better than you know you. So they're literally very good at being like, yeah, this guy is showing symptoms of depression. We should hit him with this ad. Like, but tell me that. Call me and be like, hey, we're worried about you, man. You've been looking at a lot of these things for a lot of ropes for a long time. Like, look, you have my info. Give me my info so I can know what you know about me. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Yes, Greg.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard someone be like, I just got to get to know me better. I got to figure me out. We have that. We have it. So, yeah, it would be so advantageous. If you want us to really get on board with what you're doing, positive feedback, baby.
Give me exactly. Here's 5 reasons why you can't pick up a girl. You know what I mean? Like, here, man, we're watching everything you're doing. Here are all the mistakes you're making.
Yeah.
Totally,
they refuse to use it for good.
Absolutely.
Here's a better way to get to work. We've noticed you're driving down I-95. Not great. You could have took 91, shaved 4 minutes off.
Yes. Just they see how much I'm eating off the ground. So all I get are ads for medicine. When just go, bro, stop eating off the ground.
Greg, you need a colonoscopy. Okay, go. All right, we know what you're eating, and it's gonna leave a mark. It's crazy. But there is reality to what I'm saying with the depression thing of like they know you so well that if they're pushing you depression ads, trust them. Like with that one thing, it's like you should look into it because you probably have depression.
That's very upsetting to me because I don't get any depression ads.
You
so
don't have it then.
That means
You're
they're
fine.
going, this motherfucker is too far gone. There's
He's not dead.
There's nothing we can sell him that's going to fix this situation. Leave him alone, man. Try and sell him some board shorts or something.
Brendan, all the ads Brendan gets are for life insurance.
Yeah.
Take care of your woman when she's gone.
This one even pays if you kill yourself tomorrow.
This plan covers it. Yeah, that's why I wanted to push back a little bit on the targeted ads. Because I always find when I'm talking to people, no one's listening to me because they're on their phone. But turns out my phone is. So I like it. It makes me feel heard. I don't feel heard by my friends.
Send me some messages, man. That are like, go to staples.com. Also, that last shit you said was hilarious, right? Yeah. Like your ads should also be compliments. I'm listening. The algorithm is listening. Good old Al.
Yeah, that was funny as hell. And you know what would make that comment even funnier? Some new snow boots. My phone, for some reason, thinks I love snow boots. I don't know why.
Yeah. Visit Maine. Also, that's a bit. That's a bit. That thing you said. Write it down. Thanks, algorithm. That was me doing the thing. I think you thought it was me.
I got excited for a second, and then you were so entrenched in the character as algorithm that I got excited.
Yeah, but it's also is a bit. It is
algorithm.
a bit.
You're nailing algorithm.
Go ahead, Anthony.
No, I had something that was a little off base, but applicable to kind of what we're talking about. So if your thing is 100% applicable, get it in now.
No, I like your thing, please.
Well, yeah, because it goes back to, I wrote this down, what Greg was saying about just, I think social media just being open all the time. It was early on in the podcast. I forget the exact words, but I do think social media shouldn't be 24 hours. I think I've said this before.
Oh, like it Sundays it's off?
Same hours as a museum. That's what I say. 10 to 6 every day, closed on Tuesdays. And I think people would be a lot less likely to say just whatever pops in their head. Because hours would go by and then, it would open back up again and you'd be like, I don't want to say that shit now. I'm over. Yeah.
Doing social media for 1 or 2 or 3 hours a day at the right time every day, I think if I can really nail that down, it'll be huge. Like 4 to 6 p.m. is when I do social media, and then the rest of the day I'm free. That would change the world if we could all just kind of do that.
And Facebook
was off on Sundays.
Totally. I mean, it'd be exciting. You know what I mean? Like you would get excited because we would all be like, oh, we're all going to be on it from this time. And then it would close down and it'd be not like it's great that football's one day because then Sunday is just that day. And then the rest of the week, you can do whatever you want if you're like a big fanatic or whatever.
Dude, but we're drip addicts. Oh, shit. I got to hit
drip heads.
Dude, we drip heads, man. We need that dip. We need that drip, man.
We need that drip, man. Now, Brendo, what were you going to go
Well,
with?
I was going to say, it's interesting because, like, there are even more invasive forms of surveillance, right? And, like you take
scams.
Like
Italian mothers. What are we talking about?
Yeah. Well, but honestly, look at London, right? And essentially, the entire city is covered in CCTV, and it was like a huge pushback when it came. There was a huge pushback. Like, are you crazy? Like, the whole city is going to be camera. But now, like, people are more or less happy with it because there's no more like, did this happen? Did this not happen? It's like, no, there's a fucking tape of everything. Like, and so it's weird. It's like, I don't know if America is too big to ever go that route. Like England's much smaller, you need far fewer cameras.
Yeah,
but I don't know if like New York would ever go that route. I don't know how I'd feel about it, but I think people in England have kind of gotten used to it where it's like, oh, if you're in public, you're on camera, like almost everywhere.
Man, that sucks for creeps. You know what I mean? Because they've been doing it for years. Now all of a sudden it's a government-sponsored program. And they're like, man, everyone was yelling at me when I was running this as a startup.
What
the hell?
Yeah, and if you think priests are going to get into the priesthood for child pornography, creeps are going to get into the fucking surveillance game heavy.
Yeah.
They're like, you have a natural ability of doing this. I can stare at a camera all day. You know,
Yeah,
it's like they're going to get the jobs.
Seems like you just know where to place them.
Down from an angle. You need to catch the angle.
Yeah.
Natural.
Is that a mirror on your shoe? Yeah, that was from the early days. Don't worry about it.
That's old technology.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
old technology.
Did your parents tell you that that's what like high school? My mom made that a big point to be like, you're gonna see that, and it's like not realizing it's like, man, you went to school 50 years ago, lady.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that. Mirrors under shoes.
Yeah.
What are you nuts?
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was back when like getting caught doing that meant like boys will be boys. Like no more mirrors on your shit. Not a fucking sex case on your hands and on the sex offender registry for the rest of your life.
I know, man. I love that. And then some people make that argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, boys can't be boys anymore, huh? It's
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Boys can't be criminals. Like,
Yeah.
you're using a different thing.
second point, real quick, because this was a 2-point thing that I never got to the second point.
Mike, fire up the 2-pointer.
Well, that's the second.
All right, nice.
The second point to all of this is: do we think Facebook is an issue? Well, look at the creator. Look,
And that was like a real Tony Robbins move, by the way. That you I thought you were asking us, and then you answered your own question right away.
No, well, because it's a rhetorical question. That's what
I know.
I'm into now.
I know. It's just that's like that's a standard self-help guru move.
Look at the man who created Facebook and tell me, do you trust that man? Look, the guy has CGI eyelids because he don't blink. The man is a creep. The man, look at him. He looks like he fucks retina displays. The guy is weird sexually. Look at him and tell me you trust the product he made. Look at him.
Not only just look at him, and I agree wholeheartedly, look at the origins. The fucking thing was a site where 2 pictures of women from Harvard would come up on the screen and you'd say which one was hotter. And without their fucking permission, nobody asked anyone. That was the original.
Yeah, hot or not.
Yeah, that was it. Was called Face Smash or something like that, and that was what Facebook grew out of. He just took the pictures from the Harvard yearbook.
But we canceled Louis. But we canceled Louis.
But we canceled Louis and made him 100 billionaire. And it literally the app grew out of just 2 ladies without their permission. Who's hotter? That was the entire thing.
Who do you think, like, you know, what do you think he's into sexually?
He has an Asian wife.
Well, I just what he has, because that's who makes the products. He probably over there a long time and was like, no, but because he's into weird shit, right? He's into weird. Mark Zuckerberg is into the weird, and when you have so much money, you get sick of normal stuff. So my man is into some shit that's like fecal play. Nah, man, he's into. I don't know. I think that guy's fucking microchips. I've been. I don't know what he's doing, but it's weird.
Can I posit an alternate theory?
Sure.
I think looking at Zuckerberg and listening to him talk, I think he's into some super weird shit. I don't think he has the guts to do it. He's no McAfee. Okay, he's not in Belize getting his face shit on while he builds a private army. I think Zuckerberg's into some freaky shit, but he's so boring and so such a coward and a wimp and a nerd that he won't do it. I think he's doing straight missionary every Tuesday evening at the same time and just holding in just bottled rage that he can't do his freakiness.
See, I think he's so freaky that the shit he likes isn't dangerous. I think he's like, oh, he just like, I need to lick in between your toes. And you're like, that's gross, man. She's like, it's just what I like. And it's like, that's not even weird. Like, let me just look at you change a tire, you know?
Yes.
That kind of thing.
I've always said the freakiest fetishes are beyond sex. They don't even involve sex.
Yes,
That's how far you've gone where you're like, I just like to watch someone fold pants. And it's
Yeah. That's transcendence, man. That
Yeah.
means you're at a level of wealth that is incomprehensible.
yeah.
It's such an attachment to that. If you're getting off by no one's getting off, and you're not even getting off,
Yeah.
you are so rich. It's crazy. It's
You look at his-
awesome.
You look at his calendar, and he has 50 dentist appointments, and you're like, why? It's like, this guy likes going to the dentist sexually. We don't know why.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. How do you have sex? Like that? What? I didn't even. Whoa.
I don't even come. I
fine.
just get haircuts.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the equivalent to a poor man coming.
Yeah.
Is
Right.
what I feel after a cavity being filled.
Yeah, we had to adopt kids because for some reason my wife wasn't getting pregnant from root canals.
Oh man. Well, that
Well-
about sums it up.
That about wraps it. That about wraps it and daps it.
Yeah, man. So, guys, thank you so much for listening and
Wait,
supporting.
is it done?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
and,
think so,
episode's
man.
done?
We're like at like an hour, but we're doing another episode back to back. So don't worry, Greg. We're coming right back.
Look at
That's
this,
right, guys.
Look at this, Sports Bros. Sports Bros. Mike, did you?
I mean, Mike probably looked it up.
Did you
No,
look it up?
I think he's doing a bit. He has to be doing a bit.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
Look, I think it's a great bit, but I take this too seriously.
Mike,
It's
honestly,
hilarious.
did you look that up or not?
They got Mike.
They
I don't
got
even think Mike's in the
He-
room. I think
Mike's
that was
in
just the algorithm.
Mike was taken into the algorithm.
Mike is the algorithm.
But I thought I had flamingo socks up too, but I guess that's too much.
It's hilarious,
That's funny.
but also it's too dangerous and scary to do as a joke. I'm just like, yeah, man, I don't know, man. Are they?
Oh, does anyone have any dates coming up?
I do.
Oh, great. Yeah, say those dates for the people.
I'm
Brendan,
not
you go
ready.
first.
There's
Greg, take your
uh,
time.
this is not written in stone yet, but it's a very high probability. I will be at the St. Louis Funny Bone September 24th through the 27th. So we'd love to have you out for that. I know they're doing a great job with social distancing, and then I will be doing two shows at the Bloomington Comedy Attic, October 9th and October 10th. And then, as always, take a second. Just take a second out of your day, rate, review, and subscribe to the Rad Dudecast. And if you want more of what you heard today, you can go to patreon.com/raddudecast. All right, Greg, I think yours should be ready.
Oh yeah, it is October 2nd. I'll be doing Soul Joel's comedy show. October 2nd. It's just type in Soul Joel comedy, and I'll be there with Sam Evans. I'm bringing that little son of a bitch from his great podcast, something. And then Saturday, the 3rd of October, I will be hosting at Levity. I'm hosting again. I think I'm back to comedy hosting, but I'm gonna make it like my show, even though. Because it's gonna just be, I'm just gonna be running a crazy show at Levity Live in Palisades parking lot.
Yeah, Greg is the new Chris Kattan. Greg Stone and friends.
Yeah, give me a lot of that
Host the
bullshit.
show. Let me bring some of my funny friends up here. Is that what you got, man?
And yes, Anthony, and for you,
I'll be at Acme in Minneapolis, Minnesota, September 24th through the 26th. So if you're feeling brave enough to witness a show at half capacity indoors with temperature checks, come out. Yeah, that's kind of all I have for now. And yeah, like Brendan was saying, keep listening to the podcast. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to the Patreon if you've not done that. Boy, oh boy, are you missing out on some fun. 3 bonus episodes per week, 9 different tiers. So sign up for which one best suits you.
oh, I have one other thing I want to add, which I just think is ridiculous. Our ad this week is for NordVPN, which is like for privacy and shit. I just want everyone to know, like, that's just random. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know if they're doing what we are doing ads based on documentaries I'm watching, but it is completely random that our ad this week is for a privacy thing, which I'm actually going to look into. And,
Is it, Greg? Is it, or was the card pulled?
Dude,
Yeah.
you're right,
you
man.
even knew it.
Yeah,
It's-
man.
I did have
So-
diarrhea this week, which would explain why we got the Tushy ads a month ago. The Tushy water butts.
All right, man. Thanks so much for listening. Patreon.com/raddudecast. See you later.
The Rad Dudecast is hosted by Anthony DeVito, Brendan Eyre, and Greg Stone. Original music by Brian Zippert. Produced by Mike Suarez. Executive producers Brendan Eyre, Greg Stone, and Anthony DeVito. Executive producers Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly for the Laugh Button Podcasts.